In this video, I'm going to show you how you can profit off of Wall Street bets and things like GameStop, AMC, and NOC. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome to Money with Mark, and I'm your host Mark. This is a YouTube channel all about money, how we earn it, how we spend it, and how we invest it, helping you become financially independent or achieve whatever your financial goals are. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then hit the subscribe button down below this video to get more awesome videos like this one. Okay, so in my last video, which if you haven't seen it, I'll link to it right up here. Just click that button. That'll explain exactly what's been happening with the Reddit or the subreddit Wall Street Bets and with the stocks or companies called GameStop, AMC, and NOC. So if you don't know what's happening, then click the link and watch that video first, and then come back to this one to understand how you can profit from it second. The one thing that really fucking pisses me off about this whole situation is just the sheer elitism that is going on in America, and particularly with American politics and the American stock market and the Wall Street elite. Because it's an absolute fucking joke how senators and politicians from the US had coronavirus briefings in January and February, and it's well documented that many of them sold off millions of dollars worth of their shares before the COVID crash happened in March. And apparently that's not an issue at all, which seems completely ludicrous. Yet for some reason, when a popular subreddit ends up costing a couple hedge funds a couple million or billion dollars in losses, then apparently we need to restructure the entire stock market and shut down trading to stop these losses. Well, that seems like an entirely corrupt and elitist society. So if you were involved in helping bleed some money out from the ultra rich elite from Wall Street, then good for you. I applaud you because it's an absolutely fantastic thing to see. But guys, we need to talk about something because hedge fund managers, they're real people too. They are real people with real feelings. And listen, there's real people that are hurting from this. The fact that some people are now no longer able to have two separate boats to take to their summer house in the Hamptons, that's a problem. What if your partner needs to go out for their private tennis lessons back in New York? Now what? They're gonna have to take the one boat and then you're gonna be stranded in the Hamptons? So please, the next time you think about pumping a stock, think about the hedge fund managers that are living on Wall Street and in the Hamptons, because they're real people too. They're real people with real feelings. And just because they think they're better than us and have exponentially more money than us, doesn't mean that they can't be hurt. So please help support some of these tragic losses that these hedge fund managers have had. So please, I know it's a tough time out there, but please click the link in the description below and in the comments, because I've set up a GoFundMe to help support some of these hedge fund managers that have been impacted by the small subreddit Wall Street Bets, because it's not okay. And they're real people that need your support today. And I guarantee you that 100% of these profits from the GoFundMe are gonna go directly to these hedge fund managers, making sure that they have two boats to travel to the Hamptons. Not just one, guys, that's not enough. They need two. And your donation today is gonna help them get that. And in no way am I ever gonna be taking the funds from this GoFundMe to help upgrade my $500 camera for this YouTube channel or upgrade my mic. That's something that I would not do. All right, enough is enough. Let's get talking about how you can actually earn some profits from the Wall Street Bets Reddit forum. So as I mentioned in my last video, when it comes to stock forums like the subreddit Wall Street Bets or any other forum or any social media posts that you see that are talking about stocks, most of them are trying to hype up stocks. And this isn't something that's very new. This has been happening for decades, and it just has been a coincidence that there has been a very large gathering of people that have pumped up certain stocks like GameStop and AMC. But the thing is that people are always trying to pump up stocks, especially as I'm on TikTok at Money with Mark. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about stocks for years now. And most of the time it either doesn't work, or by the time you get around to investing into it, it's already too late and the stock is taking a dive. So that brings us back to the question for you, which is how you can profit from investing in the stock market. And statistically speaking, the absolute best way to invest in the stock market is by investing in low-cost index funds. Typically, the lowest cost ones that I've found are from Vanguard. Things like VFV or VOO is an S&P 500 index fund with extremely low management fees. These are actually the stocks that Warren Buffett recommends. And historically, these have actually outperformed professional investors over the long run, which is a period of 10, 20, or 30 years. They outperform over 90% of professional investors. So if you want to make more money than the professional Wall Street and hedge fund managers, then the best way to do that is to buy and hold a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. But if you are looking to have a little bit of money to play around and gamble with the next GameStop or the next topic that comes up on Wall Street Bets, then the best way to do that is to evaluate your portfolio and allocate a really small percentage in order to do that. For me personally, I have 85% of my savings I put into an S&P 500 index fund or just another index fund. And I just let those sit and I hold them for the long term. And that's really like my long-term investment strategy where most of my wealth is gonna come from. But then I take 15% of my money and I'm gonna go and do different things with it. So sometimes I buy gold minted coins. Sometimes I buy cryptocurrencies with it. Sometimes I buy other random stocks like DraftKings or maybe GameStop. But the trick when it comes to playing with these investments is to never dip in or sell your long-term holdings. So any of those index funds that you buy, never sell them, just keep buying and holding them on a regular basis. If you invest some money, like $100 into GameStop and you lose it all, well, you can't go grab another 100 from your next index fund. But what you can do is if you have a consistent monthly contribution to your investment accounts, then it's perfectly fine to take 50 or a couple hundred of those bucks and throw it at the next GameStop. So to give you an example on how I do this is I contribute about $1,000 monthly into my tax advantage investment accounts, such as my TFSA and my RRSP, which is also known as the 401k or Roth IRA if you're in the US. And from that $1,000, I take 850 of it and I buy just a low cost index fund. And then I take 150 of it or whatever left over and I do whatever I want to do with it. And so that way it kind of scratches that itch of trying to play the next GameStop, but then it allows me to have most of my savings invested in a way that's gonna benefit me the most and it reduces my risk of gambling on like a single stock here or there. And from personal experience, I've had plenty of single stock buy and sells. And over the last 10 years, I've ended up becoming about even on things. While I've really won huge on some stocks, I've really lost huge on other stocks. And it ends up breaking about even. And over the course of 10 years, like breaking even on your investments is not a good place to be, which is why I put most of my money into the low cost index funds. So now I want to hear from you. What are your favorite investments? Let me know in the comments down below on this video. And if you liked it, again, hit the subscribe button and I'd be happy to have you join the Money with Mark channel. I'm Mark, your host, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.